A DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization. So just think of this as an organization. This gaming organization is going to, in a decentralized way, so, giving governing power to multiple different people all over the world, it'll work to kind of manage the PixelDapps ecosystem and community, hopefully, as well, like supporting with incentives or bounties, and also development as well. So what is the PixelDapps ecosystem then? This right here. So there's actually 4 different games that make up the PixelDapps ecosystem. There's PixelParty, PixelPets, CryptoHeroes, and Chain Team Tactics. So I'll go quickly through each of the games. They're all linked together by this pixel token. There's, I think that might be the full amount. Some got burned. I don't know. Well, some of these things, we'll get actual numbers for, and we'll have to write this all out eventually on like an actual paper that we all adhere to, we know is the truth. For now, I'm just giving a quick overview for the internal team and whoever else might want to watch this, going over what's happening in the PixelDapps ecosystem. Games, you can visit the actual user interface for the application. You can then, check out which NFTs are on sale, see what people have drawn. So for example, Profit.near, drew all this, and you can reach out to Telegram for suggestions for what to draw, and actually reach out to the artist and tell them what to draw, which is pretty cool. The way the communities already interacted with each other. There's no way to do that in the actual game. If you log in to this application with your Near account, so hacking away. So one of the issues here would be that there's no wallet selector. So when I clicked log in, it should have allowed me to pick from a multitude of different wallets. Instead, it only gave me the option for the Near wallet, which is being deprecated soon. So that's obviously something that would be changed. There's some owned by CreateBase. You can see Bianca.near drew this one. Some owned by Marma J.near. Chloe.near drew that one. Top right-hand corner, Marma J.near. And you can write kind of whatever you'd like in the caption. There's lots of free spaces. These free spaces are generally for sale. You can buy them with your Near account. You can also just kind of search down here and see what's for sale. There's no incentives properly built into the game. There was eggs given out for one of the other games for PixelPets previously, but this works. This is already what's available, but there needs to be, in my opinion, more incentives built in so that there's no free spaces. The community should have incentives to build beautiful things, and maybe there could be that the gaming DAO can provide some maybe voting to see, which squares should get extra incentives based on the pictures, and who helped decide what gets built. Either way, this is PixelParty. And that's one of the games in the PixelDapps ecosystem. So PixelPets is quite the interesting game where it's kind of like Pokemon. You get these starter Pokemon, and you can kind of hatch eggs, train your pets, evolve them into different, evolutions that get stronger, and then you can fight 3 pets versus 3 pets. So we can, hit play the game. It'll open this UI and load it. You got it. So a bunch of issues there. My wallet doesn't have enough Near in it for stuff. That's fine. I can use my 3 pets and I can start a match. I have a balance of 25 fights. You can buy eggs and hatch them. There's no eggs currently on supply. So all of this stuff is stuff that the Marma J Gaming DAO would run. How many eggs should be put on supply? What price should they be sold for? There's a market full of pets, so you can buy other pets that have been put up in the past. But you can see the menu. You can start fighting. Let's see if this works, because I don't have much gas in my account. It might have had an issue, but it should allow me to go and find Albatrap, so you can kind of speed up the user interface, and you'll see, actually I'll slow it down just so it's very clear what's happening here. My pets are fighting another team's pets. My team lost. I got defeated. My rank will go down. Okay, my pets are injured. and now there's a time until they come back to life. They also gain some experience, right? Now that pets have 50 experience. So as we're thinking about these pets being NFTs, for example, and these NFTs gaining experience, what happens when the NFTs gain experience to where they level up? Is a new NFT created? Is this one burned? What's the process? Those are ideas that we'd have to eventually think about. For now, though, there's, this is the way it's done. You could also merge pets, right? I don't have any pets here to merge, but you could take 2 pets, merge them. The secondary pet gets deleted. The primary pet becomes the result pet, which becomes generally stronger in some way. So hopefully that kind of explains PixelPets in some way. There is a wiki here that kind of goes into explaining more of the game, how it works, and all that stuff. So, if you want to dig into more of how the game works, this wiki is not extensive. It needs to be, it's good. It's just not fully extensive yet. But yeah, that is PixelPet. So CryptoHeroes is probably the most well-developed game so far. I'm not sure if it'll be easy to log, but again, you have this whole login system, which makes, again, not very much sense to me. If you just click login, it should bring you the wallet selector. You should use that wallet selector to inject the information to the UI, and I shouldn't have to type it in, but hacking away today. Again, it's saying, okay, sounds good. It wants a 0.25 near fee allowance. Okay, it was successful. We can close the window, and now authorized, it should allow me to log in. Now I'll have 3 heroes. I have to unlock them to get started. Once my heroes are unlocked, I can use them in dungeons. I can use them in raids. There's some tips to get started. So in my opinion, this should be an NFT receipt. So you mint an NFT saying, hey, I'm going to mint this knight NFT, because it's actually doing it on chain. It's actually unlocking the NFT, the asset. So it should be an NFT in my opinion. People can have different opinions, but this is what I personally think should be done to these games. And as the Marma J Gaming DAO, we can kind of decide what the best course of action is. So currently we're hoping to get a mint-based grant to start converting these assets into mint-based NFTs. We're hoping to get a grant from the Near Foundation to work on fixing some of these flows. So PixelParty should have more incentives built in and more connections to governance in general. PixelPets, in my opinion, is all right, but the fighting algorithms, the evolutions aren't complete as a very basic kind of level. CryptoHeroes, one of the biggest issues is that when you get started and you pick a dungeon, there's not much available to you in the game. So medium, hard, and hell, you cannot beat them. So there's no point of really doing much. Even the easy dungeon with a 100% chance of giving you a common item. We can just go play it and see what happens, but we will not be able to beat it, not even close. So you kind of have to spend tokens right away. In my opinion, obviously, that's quite the large issue. I don't have to speed it up. We can just kind of watch what happens. In my opinion, the first dungeon should probably be easy enough for people to beat. You have to spend near to log in. You have to spend a near to unlock your character. You have to spend near to play a dungeon in storage. You should be able to just beat the dungeon and get some gear, because the gear probably won't even be good. So that's kind of the first thing. Coming here and getting discouraged on the first attempt, that to me is arguably broken. There's multiple levels to this. You have to have a full set of gear before you even attempt to beat this. That is way too difficult. Now, if you're like, hey, you know what, I can't do things on my own, let's join a raid. So if I did join this raid, you'd see these people have decked out characters. Some of these characters in the easiest raid have, gear that arguably costs hundreds of dollars when they purchased it. And so even if I did, create a new group, I would need to have friends. I need to find people. It's a huge barrier just socially to find these people to interact with. And even if I do, I'm probably only going to earn about less than 25 pixel tokens, maybe 5, maybe less, because I probably can't beat anything on my own, which would not cover the gas fees in Near for me playing. So this side of things is completely broken. New players coming in have to basically come to the marketplace. They have to search for items, and there's lots of inexpensive items. So if I sort by price, sorting upwards, you can see there's lots of inexpensive items. So you can come on here, test the marketplace and buy pretty good items right away, but you shouldn't have to, in my opinion. You should be able to come in and get these cheap items for free. And if you buy a few pixel tokens or you win a raid, you should be able to come get a little choice of what you want. But to start, you shouldn't need to do that. Second of all, joining a raid should be done in this user interface. You shouldn't have to go to a different like Discord to find people to join a raid. You should be able to just come to the group raids, see one that's forming. Like, you should be able to see grayed out box for 6, grayed out box for 7, grayed out box for 8, showing you, okay, this has 3 out of 8, that has 5 out of 8. And you should be able to click to request to join. With like a and then the starter of the group could accept or deny your request. And once you have 8 people that you need, it should get solidified as a team, and they should be able to start raiding as a team and earning rewards. Also, when you do a raid, you only get pixel tokens. You don't get game items. In my opinion, there should be loot boxes for raid participants. As well, when you go into a dungeon, you cannot earn pixel tokens, which is probably fine. But if we have this long resting period, it's probably reasonable that you could just it doesn't even matter. Earn pixel tokens from the dungeons, and then people will hopefully spend them on potions to reduce their cooldown times. I think the cooldown time allows you to allow pixel tokens to be given away in dungeons, because you do have to pay some gas fees to play the game. So that would be kind of how we would be mitigating that. But that hopefully explains this game. There's potions to make you a bit stronger. The potions need updates to make them more efficient in the game. There's also a forge where you could take items and, kind of like in PixelPets, you can merge items and get you a random result this time. It does not keep the first result, it's random. So hopefully that explains CryptoHeroes. A lot of work needs to be done on those games. But Chain Team Tactics is the fourth installment in the kind of this PixelDapps series. You need 6 units. Again, they're not actually NFTs adhering to the NEP 171 standard, but they are kind of units that adhere closely to it. You can get the whitelist minting, which is actually not even minted out yet, which is why I think this is the game where we can start building on mint base. There's no evolutions to these items. They're very close to being NFTs already, and the token sale actually didn't mint out in the first place. So you could just airdrop everyone that owns one from the assembly script units, and just airdrop them in NFT from mint base, and then same for these, the regular minting and the discounted minting. But in my opinion, you could also just change this and then allow this to remint new NFTs from Mintbase, because a lot of the game is still in beta and hasn't been completed yet. So as you mint these NFTs, does not matter which one you pick, you'll get one of these items: a chemist, a squire, marksman, priest, knight, mage, druid, executioner, warlock, assassin, elementalist, bard, paladin, necromancer, and timebender. This is the perfect use case for a DAO to govern what these, sorry, I have a bunch of these tabs open. To govern the strength of these characters. So if these characters are NFTs, then potentially they should have to be upgraded from time to time to be fair, or there should be new different types added to the newer mints. Lots of different ways to kind of deal with nerfing or making certain classes weaker or stronger. But basically this work of deciding, should the assassin be made weaker because it's too strong or it has too much health or these types of stats, that's something a community should do probably, and not just the game developers on their own. There's colors, there's armors, these are just, and then there's kind of a video here explaining what you might see in the game. So you kind of have all these items at the bottom, you kind of set them on the tiled square, the checkered pattern, or there's different kind of backgrounds you can have, right? Different worlds you can be in. And so this is where we can have, collaborations with other teams, like a ref arena or a Pembroke arena, or and then you can earn DeFi tokens for the winners of these games that these arenas randomly pop up. But the idea is, 2 teams fight, and then the winner increases their rank, and this also has a built-in like a betting system where it's almost like chess, where you can put money on the battle and you go back and forth to see who wins. That is not actually implemented on mainnet yet, but this would be one of the features that we could work on eventually. But again, this is the game where I think it would make the most sense to take these game items and make them entities on mint base first. But the whole idea is to have all these games be open sourced and available for the community to not only govern, like using proposals on the Marma J DAO, so hopefully people will be coming in,